All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. Again, I've had a few people ask me about this because I posted it over on our Patreon group here. Memoria Avenue, this came out a couple of years ago. Melodic rock, maybe has a Journey vibe going on a little bit in places. It's pretty unique. Can't Blame It on the Rain, I believe, is the song I posted. The whole thing, from start to finish, is like ear candy, okay? And again, more music from Sweden. These guys like to create this kind of stuff. Again, came out a couple of years ago. Had a chat with somebody from the band, and they said they're working on new material. So the band has a future. So I will try to put a link in the description as to where you can purchase that album, because I've had a few people who actually want a CD, which is cool. You're welcome. Keeping the CD world going. Also keeping the world of classic rock going. You can listen to Modern Retro Radio, modernretrofm.com. Could be the soundtrack to your holiday weekend, which reminded me of this song by Journey that was done with Jeff Scott Soto called Winds of Freedom. You can go listen to the demo because it is up on YouTube. It was posted there like 12 years ago. And it's a pretty good song. It's really a history lesson. And it's a little weird based on what Journey normally writes about. Maybe that's why it was only a demo. But it was recorded with Jeff Scott Soto back in the day, or days, when Jeff Scott Soto was technically in the band Journey for 11 months. And this new documentary comes out. And look, Jonathan Cain, who seemed to be selling a narrative in the documentary about Steve Perry, about everybody else who was in the band at the time, during that time frame, talking about Perry and then Jerry and then obviously Arnel. When he was talking about Jeff Scott Soto, he said something I think that, kind of bothered me a little bit. Like, everybody knew that Jeff was an interim singer, kind of a thing. Like, yeah, Jeff was doing us a favor. We appreciate what Jeff Scott Soto did for us. The only problem I have with that is that you should have said this to Jeff. And you should apologize because you didn't say that to Jeff. For 11 months, he was in the band. And then, at one point on Journey's website, according to Jeff Scott Soto, because I wasn't there to see this, and I don't have a screenshot or anything like that, but on Journey's website, it was announced that Soto was the new singer. And then, I believe it was Kevin Cronin who ended up informing Soto that he was out of the band. Bizarre, right? We got to look for another singer. Okie dokie. No communication inside these organizations. These guys just show up on stage. If you look at the concert footage from like 2007, 2006 into 7, when Soto was in the band, Jeff is a natural frontman. He made the most of his opportunity with Journey. And, again, I've said this in other videos. He could have been like the Sammy Hagar of Journey. I mean, does Jeff sound like Steve Perry? Not necessarily, but I want to read a comment, I think, which really captures what this was about. So here it is. Jeff didn't sound like Steve, but he sings like him. The same style adopted from Sam Cooke, soulful. Steve himself said Jeff was their chance to get out of his shadow. Interesting. I think Arnel, while a great frontman and vocalist in his own right, was a stroke of luck Neil stumbled upon and was a safe choice as he sounded closer to the legacy style. I'm less critical than some fans are. Arnel has done a fantastic job. Same goes for Jerry. Unfortunately, I think they were found at too late a stage in their lives, as men in their 40s tend to lose their range naturally. Perry did, and this kind of catalog is torture on singers. Jeff could have went the same route, who knows? In my humble opinion, the closest thing they had to another Perry, in fact, was none other than Dean Castronovo. But he had no desire to be their frontman, and better still, as his drumming is amazing. His work in Revolution Saints so far has been closer to the Trial by Fire era Perry than anything Journey has done. And this is great right here. The pairing of him and JSS and taking turns on songs was a master stroke, as you can see on concert videos from 2006 and 2007. They harmonized well. Journey should have continued this. Boston, a whole other beast in the vocalist department, has had multiple singers at once to lighten the load over the years. Journey sort of shot themselves in the foot with having one guy who could do it all for 10 years straight, and they expected each guy after Perry to carry that burden. Wow. Yeah, super well said. And yeah, if you go back and watch videos with Dean and Soto together, yeah, he's right. It was a master stroke. It would have lightened the load, and I'm thinking Jeff could have been the singer. Maybe Jeff would have been replaced at some point, but he deserved more than the unceremonious, hey, we were looking for another singer. We were going to tell you about this, but we forgot, kind of slipped our agenda a little bit here. We're too busy trying to find a singer to have told you that we were going to go and find a singer. And the story of Arnel it's a great story, and nobody's going to disagree with that. But go and listen to Winds of Freedom, Jeff Scott Soto, and go check out any of that concert footage. Just type in Journey with Jeff Scott Soto, and there are a number of very impressive clips from that era. Jeff is a great frontman. In addition to being able to sing, he's able to entertain the audience. I mean, every single year, this guy goes out on the road with Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and that's high entertainment value. You have to be a decent frontman to be in that group. You also have to be a really good vocalist. So he checks both of those boxes. Anyway, it is the holiday weekend, so check out Winds of Freedom. Also, check out Memoria Avenue. This is really cool, and I will post a link in the description as to where you can purchase a copy. And don't forget about Modern Retro Radio, where you will hear music by classic and well-known people that are no longer getting airplay when it comes to their newer material. I think they're playing the new John Mellencamp song. All right, so can't win them all. No, it's okay. It's an all right song. John just sounds so different from where he was back in the day. But a lot of these guys have aged quite a bit. Some of them less so than others. The new Paul Rodgers song is phenomenal, and I'm thinking they're probably going to be playing that as well. Paul Rodgers, just a freak of nature, sounds just like he did. I'll say he sounds the same as he did, say, when he was with The Firm, and maybe into the early 90s when, I think he was doing solo stuff, and he had this band called The Law, which you should look that up. If you haven't heard The Law, it's kind of like Bad Company 2.0. It's pretty cool. So much music, so little time. Enjoy the time you have with your friends and family this weekend. God bless America, by the way, but more importantly, folks, God save America. Yes, I will see you soon.